Welcome back to the channel. This is Wasabi. This is a battle on the Redshire map, and we're following pr154 from VD Clan. We used to be called Kings. We just changed name, so that's our new name. PR is on a mission. The mission is Heavy Tank 12 for the HT-12.3, and the conditions are quite complicated. 2,000 damage that you need to cause, and you need to block 3 times the hit points of your vehicle. So in case of this tank, which is the Tier 9 German heavy tank, the VK45.02B, which is a rear-mounted turret, as you can see, it's 1950 hit points, so the total blocking he'll need to do needs to exceed 5850 hit points. So secondary conditions are to basically win and survive. He's got a block mission as well, but this will focus on the HT-12 mission here. So part of this is obviously you need to get tanks to keep shooting you when they're not penning. So that's a bit of a trick here. HE obviously will pen you, and you don't want them to basically do that, or penetrate you with premium ammo. So it's a bit of a tricky mission to complete, because obviously people don't want to just sit there shooting ammo at tanks and just bounce off. So there's a bit of psychology involved here. Part of this also to win is not, that's a secondary condition, so you can complete it without winning, but yeah, you obviously need to have your team basically supporting. So he's taking his first bit of block damage there. Conqueror at the back there, just near the rock, and there's obviously a low there on the edge, and his platoon with the object 257 there, and also a Tier 8 Patriot, the T26E5. Yeah, so he's got a defender in front of him. Defender's just put a shot into his tracks. Now, if it just damages your tracks, then you don't take any damage, but you also don't get any block damage. So you've got to encourage people to shoot you in the armor. So the 4502 does have good frontal armor, and particularly when it's angled like this, good turret armor when it's angled. So he needs to, just be careful, but you've got to encourage people to shoot you as well. So he's already up to 1240 damage. The tanks at the back are obviously having a crack at him, thinking they can pen, but you can see there that PR certainly just switched to his perspective as well. He's taking damage or hits from tanks at the back, which he probably might want to remove, so because he still has to do 2,000 damage, so you've got to select things here. T54E1 is just put a shot into, and he's up to 1,014 damage. There's a low there at the back, and also this defender that's right in front of him that he really wants to take hits from. Now the defender's just fired HE'd him. That's not what you want, but maybe because he thinks that he's not going to penetrate. So PR puts a shot into him, and the HE is still coming in, so we'll see what happens there. He might switch to a different ammo if PR gives him a bit more of a show, but obviously he doesn't want to take too much damage straight up. So T54E1 puts a hit into him. Now PR just basically bounced a shot off the defender. Now that can be a deliberate tactic. You want to make it look like you are firing your gun, and you're either missing or hitting a strong point. There he's just taken out the T54E1, so he's already just achieved his damage target, which is good. Now he's got to focus on his damage target, which is almost up to 3,000 damage, so he's well on his way. But he's got to keep that defender firing at him, in fact, whether other tanks are involved. So he's just holding his shot at the moment, waiting for the defender to give him a shot that he might just bounce himself and get the defender to fire at him. So that time, the defender switched back to AP, and he's managed to hit him. There's a RU-251 at the back there. He can also get some damage from, which he got an APCR round which bounced. So he's doing all right. He has lost a little bit of hit points, but he's up to 3.5k, so he's got a little bit more to go. Fires a shot there that ricochets, and still basically trying to collect damage. So he's got a tank behind him. The Target 2 is blocking him a little bit, but it's pros and cons of taking this position. So still doing damage to the defender, but partly he still needs to encourage that defender to attack him. So it needs to be like a proper confrontation. So he's up to 4,000 damage. He's got another 1,500 or so to go, or 1,800 I should say. There you go, there's another 440. That's getting some good rolls here of block damage. The Leopard PTA at the back there, he's happy to put shots into. Now the Leopard PTA is a tier 9 of course, he's a tier 9, but the defender is a tier 8, so the penetration power of the defender is not so good, particularly as he's firing AP. He puts another hit in the defender. The defender might go down pretty quickly. Let's see what happens here. Tiger 2 is lining him up, but the Tiger 2 gets taken out by the defender, so it's working out well again in favour of PR here. There's the Conqueror at the back there, puts a shot in here, blocks, takes a full hit from the Leopard PTA, which doesn't really want, only a hit from the Conqueror, so he's losing health now, but we'll have to rectify this by taking some of these tanks out. He's 100 short of his total that he needs now. He's up to 5,700 and just under 4,000 now. That bounce has taken him over the target, so he's achieved his damage target, he's achieved his armor target, efficiency target. Now what he wants to do is try and get honors, and that means don't die. So he's only got 550 hit points left. If he stays out in front of the Leopard PTA, it's got a good tier 9 gun, particularly if it's the top gun. He's likely to basically not survive the match, so it's got to finish in top 3 and survive, as well as win. Oh, sorry, that's the primary the block condition, but he has to survive and win the battle. So if he doesn't meet both those things, he won't get the total. So still getting the ability to rack up damage. That takes out the Centurion. 7-1 there. So he's ticked over 4,000 damage, and that's the game. So well done, PR. Let's go and have a look at the results. So there would have been a lot of relief at finishing that mission, but also a pleasant surprise. Not only did he get the Ace Tanker badge for being the top player there, he also got his first mark of excellence in that tank. He's just managed to research the top gun on that one there, so that came in pretty timely. So he got all the standard standard medals, but he also picked up obviously the steel wall for the amount of blocking that he did, and you can see that he blocked over 6k of hit point damage, as well as the 4k that he did. So he finished with 1250 base experience, enough to get him the Ace Tank badge. 3 kills out of that, so top damage on his team as well as the experience. The other side, the Object 252 defender, did reasonably well, so hopefully he wasn't too disappointed in being the bunny who helped him get his target. So in that battle he fired 15 shots, 13 of which hit, but only 9 penetrated, but that was selective, as in, you didn't want to penetrate every shot. You've got to keep your targets alive to shoot back at you, so there's no point getting rid of them quickly. It's a key thing to this mission. So all in all, collected 35,000 credits at the end of it, so he made reasonable profit and got a good result there. So well done, PR. Any comments can be put down below. Thank you.